Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Innal hamdalillah nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfir wa na'udzu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. May yahdihillahu fala mudhillalah wa may yudlilhu fala hadiyalah. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu la nabiyya ba'da ma ba'du. First of all, thanks God, thank you. You let us always present the presence of Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, who has provided His blessing and guidance to us, so that we can meet in healthy and humble condition. The second time, prayers and greeting may always be bestowed on the facet of our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, which has brought us from the time of ignorance to the Islamic age. Okay, I will explain. To understand this topic we need to learn first the concept of English language teaching, and second the relationship between discourse analysis and ELT. The concept of English language teaching. To understand the definition of teaching, Paul Hurst being clear about what teaching is matters vitally, because how teachers understand teaching very much affect what they actually do in the classroom. What is teaching? Two ways at least can be used to know the definition of teaching. First, virtual way. This method relates to retrieving definition from a computer's stored definition, particularly tough enigma. This method entails using definition from internet dictionaries. And second, ritual way. This is a method of learning definition by seeing teaching act that consists of a set of actions that are routinely repeated in the classroom. Using this method until first observing what teacher do in the classroom, then identifying the tasks and activities performed, and then creating an interpretation of the duties and activities to vividly express the meaning of teaching. Things we can learn from the definition, there are at least two things. First, teaching is imparting knowledge or skills, and the second, helping students to learn. A ritual way defines teaching. If we observe how a teacher generally teaches, then we will find three main stages. First, pre-teaching or planning, and second, while teaching or implementation, and the third, post-teaching or evaluating. First, what is pre-teaching? Pre-teaching refers to things that teachers do before imparting knowledge to a group of students. Planning demands to make a set of decisions about what to do and how to do something. Therefore, in pre-teaching, a teacher is usually required to plan two things. Exemplification. First, planning for what to teach or teaching materials, and secondly, planning for how to teach or teaching method. The second, uh, what teachers should do in pre-teaching. To identify what to teach, the instructor seeks to decide the type of teaching materials that will be used the classroom in order to succeed in identifying what to teach. What teachers should be doing pre-teaching. Knowing how to teach donates the process of determining the most successful way for teaching pre-existing material. The identification of students' learning styles and preferences is used to determine the type of approach, activities, and processes that are employed in the classroom. Then, what is while teaching? In while teaching, the teacher's primary goal to impart knowledge or skill to the learners of explicit instruction by referring to items in the lesson plan such as time allotment and then teaching activities or teaching methodology and then supplementary material or and handout and then an extra classwork. Uh, so so what is teaching method? Teaching method is then defined as the principle used for instruction, which may cover decision on teachers' way in giving lessons, how to encourage students' participation in the classroom activities, and how to select and use teaching instrument. And then what is post teaching? Post teaching refers to things that teachers do after doing the process of imparting knowledge to a group of students or evaluating teaching. And knowing the fact, what is teaching then? Teaching is then defined as the process of imparting knowledge or skill a group of student by applying three main stage: simply Gracia, planning the teaching, giving instruction in teaching, and evaluating the teaching outcomes. Finally, what is English language teaching? English language teaching can be interpreted as the process of imparting skills and knowledge of English to a group of students whose first language is not English through the implementation of three main stages: example Gracia, uh, pre-teaching or planning, and then while teaching or giving instruction, and then as well as post-testing or measuring learning outcomes. And then the relationship between discourse analysis and English language teaching, or we can know ELT. First, to understand this subtopic, we need to learn these two things too. First, the trend in ELT, or theatrical perspective. Most English teachers, according to MITB MA 2010, teach their students English in isolation with its use. As a result, students lack context knowledge, and when it comes time to put what they are learning in class into practice in real life situation, they struggle to use language in a socially appropriate manner, and they struggle to recognize the function of utterance addressed by native English speakers. And the second, the trend of ELT in Indonesia, or factual perspective. Many English students in Indonesia face the same issue as the theory suggests. This occurs because pupils are exposed to a large number of English from inputs but a smaller number of English function inputs. Many English teachers in Indonesia prefer to teach English by drilling grammar principles and memorizing vocabulary. I think that's all. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.